Happy New Day. This is Timeless Jubilee. And I want to put my 2 cents in on jealousy. Chosen ones are more accepting of jealousy. And the reason why we have been is because our whole life, our loved ones were jealous of us. And so we just took it as being normal. The things that we saw and the things that people showed us as jealousy, we just had to accept it because it was in our house. We were surrounded by it. Um, and so I do want to list a few things that we should be aware of as far as jealousy is concerned, because we've been surrounded by it our whole life, so we just accepted it, and we loved around it, and we forgave, because like, how can you not forgive your family in your house if you're living with them as children, as a child, as a teenager? See, that's true. So uh, some of the things that I want to point out is signs of jealousy is that we're just used to it. So we just deal with it, and we just love, and we just move past it, and we accept it. But now it's a time for truth, and it's a time to love yourself and to know that there's other ways, other kinds of people, people who are not jealous of you, people who you, love you for your shine. I can tell you that we can't see ourselves. You've never seen your face. That makes people upset sometimes, but you've never seen your face. You've only seen a reflection of it, a picture of it. So we can't see the sparkle and the shine that other people see on us. And they can't see their own sparkle. So um, when they see your sparkle, then they feel like it negates their sparkle. But we can all shine, we can all sparkle, we can all shimmer, we can all gleam and beam. Woo! We all have an authentic self. Even our haters, people who just don't like us, they don't like us because they can't see the sparkle in themselves. And a lot of times they think that our sparkle means they don't have it. They have it if they go inside. We are all a deep well, and we've been conditioned to just bob on the surface, and we don't know that we run all the way down to the source, to the infinite waters. So one of the signs that you may notice to let you know people are jealous of you is you could be doing something great and they don't look, or they pretend like they don't see it. They don't acknowledge it. So say you're shooting basketball and you're making hoops, and you're in your skirt and your makeup and your jewelry, and you're just shooting those hoops and making it. And when you look around, nobody saw it. So you telling me you see A fine ass female shooting hoops and making it in a skirt and sandals, and you don't see it. Another way is you could be, I mean, that's the same way. You could be dancing, you could be doing doing your craft, and you know you're good, you know it's good, but when you look around and there's people around you, no one's looking at you. They did this when you look at them, or they go like this, so they don't turn their head. They might have on shades deliberately, so they can be looking at you, and then when you look, nobody saw it. Nobody saw that 3-pointer. Nobody saw that Michael Jackson dance move you did. That's a sign of jealousy. No one sees your accomplishments. No one sees your uh, shine. They see it. They just pretend not to see it. That's a sign of jealousy. Another sign of jealousy is whatever you are excited about, because when you're surrounded by jealous people and your jealous family and jealous friends, associates, and you tell them you are so excited about something, you're like, you know what happened? Blah 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 blah. It could be any small accomplishment. It could be big. It doesn't matter. They dampen it. So, like, for example, one of my family members, I was like, you know what? It was on a video that now on my other channel has about 8,800 views, or, but at the time when it was going up, I was noticing the video was going up and more people were seeing it. And I was like, I got like 300 views to a family member. And the family member was like, you basically, most of the views were my views of myself. That's what they told me. It's funny when you think about it, and when you love yourself, and you have to say, hey, I gotta love myself, because it's a sign to me to love myself. When God said, love your neighbors as you love yourself, which means you're loving yourself first. Love God. That means you love God because you have love coming out of yourself. So you have to love yourself. But that's a sign of jealousy when you tell someone that you love, hey, this happened or that happened, and they downplay it and they turn it into something, like, why are you getting excited about that? It's probably just this, or it's probably just a fluke, or it's probably just you watching your own video 280 times, or that type of stuff. That's a sign of jealousy. Um, Another sign of jealousy is when you do get a compliment from them, but the compliment was forced because it had to be forced, because you're so good. You're so good at what you're doing that they begrudgingly have to say something, because it's like, if you're Michael Jackson, you do the moonwalk, and everybody is like, woo, woo, then they know they have to say something. So they'll say something, but when they say it, it's like with a but in it. It's like, yeah, you are really good at that, but you know, if you really took yourself seriously and wasn't playing games with your life, then you would be further along in your path. You know, but yeah, that was good. Another sign is um, when you could be showing them something and they want to make you feel bad about something else, what what you're showing them. So like, say you said, you show them a picture of a successful Thanksgiving dinner or a successful dinner you threw or party or a video, and then they focus on the dirty dishes in the back, um, or you know something totally different, like a rip in your skirt or something like that, a thread hanging from your skirt or something. You know, that's jealousy. So we accept it because we love these people, and they're the only people around us all our lives, and you know, that's just basically it. Sabotage is obvious sign of jealousy, but we accept it because we've been sabotaged our whole lives. Things you work on getting thrown in the garbage. Things you work on becoming missing from out your house, from out your room. Um, if you're working on something and then the internet uh, is stopped or something like that, and you know that your relative actually has the internet box in the house, I mean, in their room or something like that, and then now you're working on something and passionately, and then now, uh-uh. And so we've accepted it. It's time to stop accepting it. And it can be like discouraging, because if you say, well, damn, everybody who's jealous of me, if I cut them off, everybody who doesn't like me, if I cut them off, I wouldn't have any friends or no family. And I'm laughing to keep from crying, basically. Um, we could choose. But we cut them off in faith that your true tribe will come. You have to remove things. Like if you have a raggedy sofa, you have to take it out of your house so to make space for the new sofa you're going to get, the designer couch you're going to get. You have to remove the unwanted to make space for the wanted. You don't want to leave something there, and it actually blocks space for what you want. So if you want a new spouse, a new boyfriend, girlfriend, and you're like, this guy is really dogging me, I can't wait till someone else come along and sweep me off my feet. No, you have to get rid of the guy who's dogging you, and then the kind of guy you want will come, because the kind of guy you want isn't going to come while you're in a relationship with, someone you don't want to be with, because the type of guy you want, he doesn't want to step on people's toes and be in complicated relationships and all of that. Want to be the side guy and drama and deciding whether you love him more than you love him and all of that stuff. So you actually have to move jealous people out of your life, people who don't like you out of your life. Oh yeah, the other thing is when you're talking, they don't hear you. It could be 5 people in the room. You guys could be all talking about the same thing, but whatever you say, nobody hears it. No one acknowledges it. They don't respond. It's like a ghost. You sort of have to say, am I here? Am I like in the sixth sense? And I think that I'm living and I'm really uh, not. Do I really, am I really here? When you find yourself in situations where you're talking to yourself in a room full of your friends and family, everybody has a conversation and no one hears you. Um, Drowning out what you're saying. A lot of times when people are jealous of you, you could be trying to make a point and they'll cut you off and switch subjects and, try to drown out your point. They don't want to hear it. That's jealousy. You can't even say your part. You can, but they don't want to hear it. So not in fear. You want to do this in love. You don't want to feel like, hey, these jealous people are going to kill me. But jealousy is kin to murder. It is. Because when you're jealous, you don't want that person in your space, in your world. So what links will you go to get them out of your world? Instead of realizing you can walk away, you can better yourself, you can have a good life, you can sparkle, you can shine. You can shine as bright as the person you don't like. I know you think that that's just too much work. Just kill their light and then we don't have to worry about it. Well, you're going to have to worry about something. But fear not. Just act out of love for yourself, not out of anger toward your haters. Send them love and light. Act out of love for yourself. And surround yourself with love. If that has to be the breeze and the birds and the sun and the sky and the ground and the dog, and then your tribe will come along. Have faith. So that's my 2 cents on jealousy, on the signs of jealousy that you need to acknowledge and remove from your life. And it can be hard because sometimes you'll be removing your own mama from your life, which means you have to deal with her on a distance. You might be removing your own sister, your own brother, your own daughter, your own son, your own, people who you thought were your close friends. But there's better. There are good relationships. There are people who love what you're doing, who support you, who have good ideas for you, encouragement, who see when you are shining and say, you know what, you're shining. Woo! And just for yourself, being a person who's been surrounded by jealousy your whole life, make sure that you are giving people compliments. When you see someone do something good, say, you're doing that. You did that. That's good work. That's quality. That's beautiful. When you when you see good things in people, tell them. Encourage people. And that's just basically it. That's all I had to say about that. Love.